Yeah, let me get on there.
I really need somebody, somebody, somebody. Don't let go. I'm too scared to ever wanna be alone. If you're
Black comics. Our plight is a little different, whether you want to acknowledge that shit or not. It is. First and foremost, anything we do in life, we black. Period. We black, and we understand that doing whatever we doing, people in society right now want to make it seem like racism doesn't exist, all that other shit. Niggas know the truth. Mic check up. I think I got everything right this time. Oh, y'all, I'm just setting up, waiting for some people to chime in, getting shit set up. But we about to talk some shit, some real shit in this business that's going on that, you know, Cat Williams opened the floodgates on this thing here we call stand-up comedy, and I'm here to expound on some of that shit, because a lot of that shit he was saying, I've been saying that shit. I've been saying it. And but unlike Cat Williams, I don't have the clout, I don't have the money, the finances, but yet I still say the shit. So, you know, that's why, you know, I haven't been everybody's favorite, I guess, in the booking world or comedy world, but that's what it is. You know, people don't like to hear the truth. It's all cool until you have a disagreement, and you know, that's just unfortunate that we can't have this symbiotic relationship we used to have back in the day. It used to, believe it or not, it used to be, you know, the most book, a lot, I say it's a 50-50 split. Respected the comic, and a lot of times that's because the booker was a comic or had been a comic, so they understand our plight, and specifically black comics. Our plight is a little different, whether you want to acknowledge that shit or not. It is. We first and foremost, anything we do in life, we black, period. We black, and we understand that doing whatever we doing, you know, people in society right now want to make it seem like racism doesn't exist, all that old shit. Niggas know the truth. we tired of, sick and tired of trying to explain and you know, try to convince a motherfucker that racism exists. That shit, I ain't, we beyond that shit. So if you still stuck on that fence, we holler at you, because you know that's just not an issue for me, if you don't know already. So how I'm gonna start this thing off? I'm gonna just tell you. So you know, we busting out comics and shit, and you know the club owners, people sitting back laughing and this, that, and the third. Let's tell some stories about the club owners. I got plenty of them motherfuckers and bookers. The shit that they do to us, and then we supposed to sit back and not say shit. And now all comics ain't fucking perfect. You know, I was young in the game when I started, and you know, I did my young dumb shit. Nothing outlandish, but you know, it comes with the territory. When you know better, you do better. But in regards to fucking over the venue or the hotel or the condo or the gig, nope. But the way I get dealt with in this business, you would think that I fuck somebody's wife, and that's a no in this business. You know, When you go to a club, sleeping with the staff or the wait staff or anything, they frown upon that shit. Not just being black, but a lot of times we get in this business as something, you know, we're you know, trying to find our way. We're trying to gain some traction, and we messed up. You know, just starting our life, and we messed up and had kids, started a family, which is a no-no. You shouldn't do that. Start a family and try to do stand-up at the same time because it's selfish. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's selfish, and you know you have to be a little selfish to embark on this journey, which I didn't know because I didn't know what I didn't know. But by the time I realized that and acknowledged it, it was too late. I was in too deep. I'm in this business. That's just what it is. So you know you go into it broke. It's what I'm trying to say. You go into it, you know, you're already struggling. You're going into it. For me at least. So with that said, you know, being on the road is a hustle. It's a struggle. Hopefully you have a good car, a vehicle, and then if your significant other don't support what you're doing, oh man, so you got, and then you got kids, and then you got the responsibilities of that, the pressures of you needing this thing that you decided to pursue. You got to, you know, can't nothing go wrong, you know, can't nothing, you know. But when you're new to touring, you don't know that because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know that a booker might call, or not even call, send you a message at the last minute and say the shit is canceled, you know. And you looking like, okay, but you waiting for it. So where do I go next? And they like looking at you like you did something wrong. But if you cancel on them last minute, oh man, they remember that. They got long memories. Long memories. And as a booker, I understand a little bit. You can kind of see through the bullshit if they bullshitting you, because there are emergencies that happen. But I know comics who do this and are good but don't give a fuck, and so they do things that hurt the rest of us. And then I know comics who do this that are good, that give a fuck, and I'm one of those people. And those people don't get along. The ones that don't, because then those people think that they better than you anyway, and who the fuck are you to be who you are and the way you are, and like you judging me, well, you know, that type of thing. For instance, you know, some comics, they dope, and they'll come to the gig late as fuck. So a lot of these rules and things that happened over time are understandable, but a lot of it is caused by other comics. A lot of it is our doing. We do it to each other, not thinking about each other, because it's a cutthroat game. Smiling in your face and then behind closed doors trying to get you unbooked. I done had that happen. I'm going to tell that story. So going out on the road, I remember my very first gig that I booked. It was supposed to be in Texas, and it was a military town. What was it called? I can't think of the town, but it's a known military town. I was excited. It was a booking agency. At that time, I was with two of them, and then immediately got into 3 and 4 soon after that. But this was my first road gig, you know, after doing the clubs, Rascals Comedy Club in Arizona, for a few years until it closed, and then what I was doing before that. So now it's time to take everything that I learned in a region, because I wasn't a traveling touring comic. This is now I learned how to do stand up everywhere by going everywhere. And so, you know, I'm working for this agency. They booked me. I'm excited. The date is coming up, and I got other dates after that, but this is the first one. This is where, you know, it's either, you know, play or go home. You know what I'm saying? It's D-Day. You know, yeah, the club is different, but now I'm leaving home. So it's exciting. And all of a sudden I get an email. My very first gig is canceled. It's canceled. Now again, I still have some gigs, you know, coming up, but this was like my first real disappointment in the business. You know, the shows been canceled before at the club, whatever. This is different. This is your first road gig. You done told everybody, is this MySpace out there? I don't think MySpace was out then. Yeah, that's how old I am. But MySpace old. I'm not knowing. I'm thinking, oh, so they're gonna replace it with something. It was like, yeah, we'll keep your name. You know, we'll keep you. And here's what I want to say about that. When he gave me the response he gave me in regards to when I said what I said, it was like, it's not what I wanted to do. It was like, whatever. Okay, I canceled the gig. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't. It wasn't heartfelt. It was like a cut and paste response, like, which tells me, like, not right then, but later on in my career, told me, like, they don't give a fuck about you. Like, they don't, and not necessarily that they don't really give a fuck. They don't know you or know your situation or know a situation like that, because one, they might not even never lived like you live before, so they don't understand that when you canceled that gig on me, you caused a whole lot of turmoil at home, because that gig was gonna pay a bill. You know, you done caused a lot of turmoil at home. You done caused stress in my head with scheduling. I may have purchased tickets early on the bus, because at the time I had a car, but I don't remember starting. No, I did have a car when I was in Arizona. It was when I came to Michigan that I started riding the Greyhound, because I didn't have a car, et cetera, et cetera. But it just put a monkey wrench. For instance, if I was well-to-do and had money and was in this business, they canceled the gig, and then I rescheduled, blah, blah. It's not a worry. But when you are struggling in the first fucking place, and then now you've become a starving artist with a family, it's a whole different thing. So then comes the frustration with us, you know, depending on the time of the day, dealing with that situation and this, that, the third, and now we got to deal with other people. We still got to go to work at the end of the day. So I do have another gig coming up. Do I have that shit in my mind and mentality and thought process when I'm dealing with bookers now? Because this, that, and the third happened? No, because I'm new in the system. Yeah, even though I'm funny, I'm still new in the system. And in Hollywood in general, they don't want to work with an asshole. They don't want to work with an asshole. And if they know you're an asshole before you get famous, they're not trying to fuck with you. They're not trying to build that assholeness up. And so I know this. And so knowing that, I move accordingly. And I'm black. And that plays a part. I'm black. And I'm a big black guy. You see this. I'm a big black guy. So if I was at the club performing last week, they ain't gonna say my name. Who was here last week? The big black guy. Then they'll say my name. Amaru, the big black guy. I've been the big black guy my whole fucking life. I've been that, especially in the comedy game. So if I do something, it's gonna get seen, noticed. They gonna remember who the fuck. That's when they remember my name, when I do something wrong. It was Amaru, that nigga that was here last week. They say big black guy. Say the big black dude that was here last week. That's the name, you know. So you move different. You know, black folks know what I mean when I say code switch. We pros at that shit. You know, that's just what it is. For those of you who don't know what the fuck that is, that means we talk one way around people we comfortable with, and then we talk another way around motherfuckers that we need to be employed by. And sometimes even your friends, because they are friends with the people that you get employment from. So you don't want to offend them, because then, you know, they be whispering in the employer's ear, hey, you know, they believe this, or they say this, that, third, blah, 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 blah. And you don't even know why they don't fuck with you no more. Because somebody that smiled in your face and said some shit because you said some shit to them because you thought they was your friend, and really they want your spot because they're a comic too. Man, it get busy in this bitch. The cancellation of the gig happened. It's gonna hit me where it was at in Texas, but the cancellation of the gig happened. I go on to the next gig, and I think the next gig was, I want to say, Brian Archer, rest in peace. Something happened with that gig, with the train, I can't remember, but something weird happened where Brian Archer replaced me. I can't remember. It's been so long. It's 20 some years ago. So long. It was somewhere in Arkansas, not Arkansas, but in the East Coast, like Asheville, Tennessee. Asheville, something else. Was it Asheville? Yeah, it was Asheville, North Carolina, or something like that. I got there. Maybe the train. Something happened with the train. Something happened that wasn't my fault, and I was going to be late. And called ahead, and they replaced me with Brian Archer. That's how I met Brian. That's how we became friends. And I'm like, damn, they replaced me with a dude with one arm. Right, had one arm. That dude was funny as hell, man, and very honest, very fucking honest. And then I don't remember the earlier gigs, man. I remember the club gigs that are even earlier than that, but I don't remember the earlier gigs in regards to the road. I do remember like just spotty situations, like being in Dickerson, North Dakota a lot, performing in that area in the northern region a lot for a particular agency, and I'm gonna tell you who they are. So this is what this shit is for. I'm gonna tell you the names of these motherfuckers because we always shitting on each other and out on each other and not saying what it is and blah 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 blah. And it's time let's talk about some of these bookers. Some of them not even bookers anymore. Some of these clubs and instances that you've had at clubs that you ain't or weren't able to talk about because you're scared, and rightfully so. Rightfully so, because motherfuckers retaliate. They have the power. It's called oppression. Same thing. They ain't got to be. It's a little race related, but because of who is being oppressed. But oppression is oppression. You can be black, white, blue, green in a certain instance and be oppressed by somebody because they can stop your progress. You know what I'm saying? Because they have they're the people we consider the gatekeepers of this business. And unfortunately, a lot of people that don't look like me own those businesses, own those gates. So we have to walk a thin line, as Kat said. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm reiterating some shit that's already been said and been watched 50 million times. So we move the bullshit forward by participating in the bullshit. And don't want to call it bullshit when we smell the bullshit, even though it smell and tastes like the bullshit. Yeah, let me get on there.